you can very too easily fall into a pattern of becoming work colleagues and housemates, and the lovers side of things goes to one side. So we took the decision about a month ago to block out Wednesdays. Oh, I got my hubby covers about to block out Wednesdays. We haven't quite yet managed a full day.
It was a mutual thing. I suggested it first, but you implemented it. So just getting that right first, just getting that right. But it is important, and when you're starting any business, any form of business, it's knowing your place within the mechanics of your own business. It's so important, because if you're not knowing where to go in the mechanics of your own business, like Zoe is quite creative. She's quite good with a lot of analytics regarding the paperwork and this, that and the other. Now, I'm the opposite. I'm more of a driver, more of a pusher. I love people, get along with people. I can be an extrovert, introvert. I can do all them little bits. So we balance out. When we first started our traditional business, we went to, it was one of my son's girlfriends before he got married, his previous girlfriend, and we sat down with her father, who actually, we were there for a good
couple of hours.
Good few hours, and we went through from a board story of where we need to go into breaking things down and knowing what you should be doing and what your role is, what you're good at. You can still learn each other's role, and it's important you do.
He asked a question, didn't he, when we started, so who's taking what role? And we looked at each other quite blankly. What do you mean? We're just like mucking in, doing everything together, which we do to a point. And I think as you go on, you find out where your strengths are, and that naturally just teases its way out. And then once you know, I know if I get a certain email, I can just pass the buck, because I know Fitz will deal with it better, and exactly the same with Fitz.
What actually passes the buck is because if anyone had a text of my wife, she is blunt. She's at me to be. She's blunt. No fluffing, no fluff. No hi, good morning, how you are?
I don't do fluff.
There it is. Oh, what?
This is where ChatGPT is actually helping, because it will say, let me soften that for you. Put some round edges on there.
Well, guys, we've got two more modules left before of this. What we're trying to get over to you, and the next one that we're going to go into is really about the get out clause, then breaking down the get out clause, and depending what you do. But even if you've got a side hustle, even if you've got your main job, your main business, and you're working something alongside that, you need to do, and if you're a couple, you need to know what gravitas of what you're both doing and who fits what better. Now, Zoe comes to me because I've been dealing a lot, especially through LinkedIn and a bit of social media, and I'm coming my shell on social media, because normally I don't like being in front of the camera. I'm better in front of the camera with Zoe, but
Don't believe that for 1 second.
But we have to understand, as a couple, there is some things on the downside. The downside is sometimes you clash. The downside is we don't take any disagreements to bed.
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, the other day we was filming, and I alluded to this the other day. We was filming, and Zoe likes, it's got to be centre, got to be this, and I'm hoping you didn't catch the first bit of this. We did film it because we were saying, no, it's not centre, it's not.
I just said, where are you looking?
So I don't know, when you're doing things, it's where you're looking. But Zoe, no disrespect, like majority of women that I know, it has to be perfect. Have you ever seen, it's very rare you see a female put a picture up on social media if it's not right. You can never get one where it chin's down, this down, or the colour, or this, or that. Sometimes it's nice that things are raw. I mean, we're suited and booted because it's date night.
Because we are going on date night. You have no idea where he's going, but the taxi is booked for 5:20, so we will be done by 5:20.
But listen, working in any form of business, working in any form of side hustle, whatever, knowing your place, and that might sound awful to say, knowing your place and your attributes of what you're good at. It's, for instance, I have to go to Zoe for pocket money.
That's because he'll spend it all.
No, and it's because if I see something, I need to go out and get it. But
you're impulsive.
And I'm not saying I'm impulsive. No, hang on. TikTok. Every time that door's going, you know, or Temu or whatever it is.
Oh no, Temu, yeah.
Or Amazon. I mean, we've had 2 deliveries already, but it is, and it is a serious bit, because when you're working as a couple, or even if one's in business and one's a corporate job, there needs to be a role because it's tough. The business that you're in, or the grind that you're in is tough anyway. So being in business together as a couple, it puts the added pressure.
And having and knowing your role actually empowers you, because I know that when we're on the shop floor, I know that I am in control with organising, and as far as Fitz is concerned, he's amazing with people. He's amazing on the bar, and that's where I like to keep him. If he comes on the shop floor, me and Jenny are like getting behind the bar because he just causes chaos. So yeah, just knowing your strengths is really empowering for yourself. And I would say keeping it fun. Now, when we're working our own computers and got our own projects going on, we do have our computers next to each other, and it is lovely having that camaraderie and that having the sharing the same space but doing your own thing. And when we do these videos, we enjoy it because it's a bit of fun for us.
Yeah.
It's so important to keep the bit of fun in there, along with, like I said, date nights, which is why I postponed the 6 o'clock tonight, because it's a priority and it needs to be a priority for you.
I totally agree on that. And it needs to be a priority for your health. It needs to be a priority. We know we're going through that health journey as well, but it needs to be the norm. And the more you do and the more practice you do, it just becomes the norm. And 10 years, nearly 12 years, 13 years being together, nearly 3 years married this year, and been living together for over 10 years. But the aim is now and again, we can use this phrase that people don't like, we know our place with each other within the relationship. We know it. I'm a strong character in some things, but and Zoe mentioned the other day, or I mentioned the other day, that I was impatient with things, and Zoe said, "No, you're not." Then when I look at some things, it all depends. If it's something that if it's occurring nature way, I'm patient. But if I've asked you a question, I'm expecting to come back straight away. But Zoe's not that character. Zoe's, hang on a minute, I'm thinking.
But it's really good to learn each other very well, because for many, many years, Fitz would ask a question. Now, because of the way my brain works, I hear the words, I have to process the words, I have to attach an emotion to it before I even think about what my response is, and then the words to find out. That's a really long process, and apparently it's a bit of an ADHD way of processing, and it's just a different way of processing. But for many years, Fitz was like, come on. Do you know what? That just shut me down. Until Fitz learnt with me how to ask a question. He just knows now to have a little bit of patience on that. And I learn about you as well. We're continuing. I hear 12 years this year been together, and we're still learning. But not every couple is good to work together.
True. But
we're very lucky.
But when you're looking at where you want to get to, and there is a purpose. I think in anything that you do, there needs to be a purpose of why you're doing it. Why do you go to work? Why do you want a car? Why do you want to do this? There has to be a purpose, and that purpose for us, like I said to you before, where Zoe does the things her way, I do things my way, but we're still cemented and clicked in. Then as we grow and where we're going to, the end goal's the same, and that's freedom. Now, freedom to different people is to different people, it's freedom. But for me, when we look at the dynamics of working as a couple, I don't think it's extremely rare that Zoe and I have had crosswords. Extremely rare. Now, we have banter, and sometimes banter gets heavy.
A lot of banter.
But it's very. I would say in the 12 years I've been with Zoe, I've probably argued once and maybe twice, because we don't put ourselves in that situation.
I think that banter is that we can say what we need to say
and tease
it out in a safe space. I just know that he's not going to go off the wall. He knows I'm not going to go and walk out the door and slam the door. It's really safe. But I'm looking at time. 4 minutes. We alluded to your get out clause. Now, I wish when we started our business, someone had sat us down and said, what's your end goal? What's your get out clause? Because it would have changed a lot of decisions we made.
Yes.
Instead of just getting on a bike and just pedaling, which is what we've been doing for 7 years, just pedaling, keeping things going without taking a left or taking a right and thinking, like, this is a decision because that's our end goal in 10 years or that's our end goal in 15 years. Really important. And discover that before you go into business.
And let me throw some tips at you. I'm just looking at some of my notes here, and it's the tips of how to balance your relationship and work. Boy, if you can't get that balance right, something's going to break. And it's vital that you can just take a step back, take a breather. Now, I've learned that Zoe doesn't come back with a question straight away, because my brain works quickly, and that's why sometimes I talk quick. And I was talking to one of our team ladies this morning about ums and ahs, and I'm learning the method of pausing when I speak. I'm trying to pause, so I'm not going but what it does for me, it makes me think more clarity of what I'm saying, and it slows this down. So communication is the number one key in any relationship, whether it's a husband and wife, whether it's business. Without communication, zilch, nana. Communication is the key. And then we want to say, which we've took a step back and I'm bringing it back in, is having personal time out. You need personal time out. Zoe's a tree hugger.
I am. I need to be in nature.
You know?
I need to have some greenery around me. My house is, as you can see, it's full of plants. Hairs.
And for me, I sometimes like solitude. I do like my own company. And sometimes when I like my own company, it sounds weird, this. If I'm in the house of my own, I don't like it. But if I'm in the office and I know Zoe's around, I'm fine. I just want peace in my home. I want peace sometimes. And sometimes I've got that peace, and Zoe knows. So come and put a cup of coffee in the office for me while I'm talking away, because sometimes I wouldn't say I'm a workaholic, but I like work. I like doing things. I like connecting. I like connecting.
I need time out.
I like connecting with people. So what tips would you give?
You've got 3 minutes, love. Sorry, go on.
I can't say that on live, can I? You got 3 minutes, Fitz. Somebody up, Coronation Street's on. Anyway, so what tips would you give as working as a couple, from your point of view? Mine's different. I just said two mine.
I think communication. You have taught me the importance of communication. Yeah.
And even if it's
sorry, that's pretty short, and I'm learning that actually personal time as a couple is really important to keep you connected. Yeah, which is what we're doing.
And when you get to understand each other in business and in relationship, there's one thing you've got: get rid of the flannel. You know each other. If you need to say something, say it and break it down and make sure they understand. Now, if Zoe has a tendency of not understanding but not asking, can I repeat it? But now she does, and now I know the level to speak to Zoe, the level to... Everyone's got their different break points and understanding, because communication is key. Yeah. Key. So we're just going to close in a moment. So we've got 2 minutes. So as we alluded to what's coming, we're going to go and look at what we class as the get out clause. And this is with all the little bits that we've done will come into alignment. Because on Monday it's going to be a bigger one. It's going to be a longer version. We're probably going to do 20 minutes to 30 minutes, because we're going to put it together. Then on Tuesday we're going to present in a way of what we do for our get out clause and where we're going with the side gig hustle that we've got. But guys, if you are looking and you're looking at something, there's some caveats that you have to do for yourself. And that means, what are your values? Because there's no point of doing something if you don't use the product, use the services of whatever side hustle you're doing to help you get in where you need to get to. It's so important. So important. Communication is key. Yeah. We're going out for a nice meal. Don't know where I'm going, because my lady is booked.
I've organised it tonight.
So, guys, have a fantastic evening. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for the support. Thanks for some of the messages that have been sending me direct as well. Thank you.
Please keep on continuing that, because otherwise, we don't know who we reach when we're just talking into this little bit of method in front of us and just hoping that we reach and touch someone at some point. So it's really nice if you can take the time to just send us a message, tell us what you think. That would be really appreciated.
So here's one I want to leave you. Those who do work as a couple, give me your top 3 tips of working for a couple and how it gels, how you all gel together, whether it's funny, whether it's serious, just because the world's changing and people are starting to work at home and doing business at home and doing that secondary income. So give me 3 tips as a couple, how you are nurturing and growing your home-based business or your side hustle. 3 tips.
Taxi's booked.
Watch it go, guys. God bless, and I'll see you Monday.
Monday.
Bye-bye.